Imagine standing in a grand concert hall. The lights dim, the baton rises, and suddenly the entire orchestra breathes as one. For millions of us who grew up with classical music on the radio, on PBS, or quietly playing in our living rooms, that feeling had a name. Michael Tilson Thomas, MTT. Today, the music world is mourning. The legendary conductor, composer, and beloved face of the San Francisco Symphony has passed away at the age of 81. And for so many of us over 60, this one truly hurts. Because his music wasn't just something we listened to, it was something we lived through. It became part of our memories. Born on December 21, 1944 in Los Angeles, Michael Tilson Thomas came from a family where art wasn't just appreciated. It was a way of life. His grandparents were stars of Yiddish theater, and that deep connection to performance shaped him from the very beginning. By his early 20s, his talent was impossible to ignore. He studied at the University of Southern California and quickly rose through the ranks. He became assistant conductor of the Boston Symphony Orchestra. Soon after, he took the lead at the Buffalo Philharmonic. And then came a moment many of you will remember: the Young People's Concerts with the New York Philharmonic. For an entire generation watching on television, this was their first real connection to classical music. And MTT had a rare gift. He didn't just conduct, he explained. He made complex music feel simple, human, and deeply emotional. For many watching right now, that's where it began. The first time Mahler gave you chills. The first time Beethoven felt powerful. The first time music truly spoke to you. Then came 1995. Michael Tilson Thomas became music director of the San Francisco Symphony. And what followed was nothing short of extraordinary. For 25 years, he transformed that orchestra into one of the most exciting and respected in the world. He wasn't afraid to take risks. He brought in modern American composers, blended classical traditions with jazz and contemporary influences, and created performances that felt alive. Under his leadership, the orchestra won 12 Grammy Awards. But more importantly, he brought classical music closer to people. Through the PBS series Keeping Score, he broke down symphonies in a way that anyone could understand. You didn't need a music degree. You just needed curiosity. And suddenly these timeless works felt like they belonged to you. For those who attended concerts at Davies Hall or watched from home, those moments stay with you. The energy, the emotion, the way he stood on that podium with such passion. It wasn't just music, it was connection. Many parents and grandparents passed that experience down, bringing their children to concerts, sharing recordings, creating memories that stretched across generations. Even in his later years, that passion never faded. In 2021, MTT was diagnosed with glioblastoma, a serious and aggressive form of brain cancer. It was a difficult chapter, but if there's one thing that defined him, it was resilience. He underwent treatment and returned to the podium whenever he could. His final performance with the San Francisco Symphony came in April 2025. Even then, you could still see that spark, that love for music, that refusal to let go of what he cherished most. And then, on April 22, 2026, surrounded by family and loved ones at his home in San Francisco, Michael Tilson Thomas took his final bow. He was 81. Tributes have poured in from around the world. Leaders, musicians, and fans all echo the same feeling, that this wasn't just a great conductor. This was someone who changed lives. Someone who built bridges between generations. Someone who reminded us why music matters. Because what he leaves behind isn't just recordings, or awards, or even legendary performances. He leaves behind something far more powerful, a feeling. If you've ever sat quietly and let a symphony wash over you, if a piece of music ever brought you comfort, if a melody ever carried you back to a memory you thought you'd forgotten, then Michael Tilson Thomas was part of your life. Today, we say thank you, Maestro. Your baton may be still, but the music you brought into this world will never stop playing. If this story touched you, share your memory of Michael Tilson Thomas in the comments. Your stories keep his legacy alive, and if you appreciate these kinds of tributes, stories about the icons who shaped our lives, make sure you follow Xplained daily. Subscribe, turn on notifications, and join us as we continue honoring the legends we grew up with. Thank you for watching. Take care of yourselves, and keep the music playing. I'll see you in the next video. God bless.